We burn it.
Nanny.
The game, the server, the engine. Burn every last one of them.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you.
Those mad lads, they did it. They fucking did it. They blew up the goddamn Earth.
You maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! God damn you all to hell!
I think everybody suspected that it would be Io or Titan on the chopping block, but I don't think anyone foresaw the sheer brilliance, the sheer imagination it took to destroy Earth. But, I mean, it kind of makes sense. That's exactly what would happen if you have an object that's 3,000 miles long explode in the Earth's atmosphere, raining down fiery death upon it. With objects varying in size from a basketball to a baseball to a car to entire mile-long chunks. I mean, realistically, all it would take to end all life on Earth is one 9-mile-long chunk of rock smashing right into it. And, this was 3,000 miles worth of space station exploding, raining fiery death upon Earth. Who knew that Bungie had the balls to annihilate all of humanity in a single event? I mean, they did a really good job this entire season of making the Almighty seem like a non-threat while distracting us with other random bullshit. And when the best laid plans literally blow up in our face and rain hell on Earth, wiping out all living beings, except for Guardians who can come back from the dead, we weren't ready for it. We weren't ready for the Earth to be turned into a lifeless nuclear wasteland. But here we are. Oh wait. That's not what happened? What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, Joker back again once again, and willing suspension of disbelief? I knew ye well. Now I can buy being a chosen undead brought back by one of the fundamental forces of existence to fight the other fundamental force of existence. Sure, why not? Space magic? Okay. Aliens? Probably. A 3,000 mile long space station / star killer free-falling the 95 million miles from the sun, the Earth, with absolutely no way to correct its course, but also lining up perfectly with the city and the tower so we have ringside seats to see its destruction. Okay, Bungie, you're asking a bit on that one, but fine. Willing suspension of disbelief and all, it is meant to be stretched just a little, and it's not like you're gonna do something as silly as have apocalyptic-sized chunks fly off the space station as Rasputin blows it to pieces over Earth, because that would be kinda stupid. Oh dear Lord God, no, why? Bungie, 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 Bungie. Willing suspension of disbelief only takes you so far. When you do this, and there's absolutely no consequences, you kinda sorta need to justify why we're not starting a nuclear winter. But of course, I don't think Bungie thought about that. This, like the Corridors of Time, is somebody's baby. And so I think Bungie was thinking about how cool the idea was, and not necessarily extrapolating the natural cause and effect of what was going on, and how that should affect the world narratively speaking. In all honesty, I think the pitch for this was likely something along the lines of, hey, you know that game Fortnite? You know how people will stand in the world for hours on end staring up at the sky waiting for something to happen? Wouldn't it be cool if we did that? And you know what? To Bungie's credit where credit is due, I don't fault them for wanting to try this. And to be absolutely positively 100% clear, I don't even really fault the event itself. In a way, it was impressive to watch when things were happening in the last 5 minutes. It was a very cool idea. But it did have issues. One issue is the sort of narrative cause and effect issue that we've been talking about, something that I think is relatively easy to fix. So the reality of the situation is that the Almighty is supposed to be this ludicrously big space station that kills stars. Prior to its destruction, it was the single largest ship in our solar system, even larger than the Dreadnought. Not as far more denser. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just hope that the Cabal don't try again with the Dreadnought, or the Hive don't try this new idea that they've learned with the Dreadnought, because that doesn't end so well. If you try to blow that up, poof goes the solar system. But as I was saying before I digressed, the Almighty is this huge monstrosity. At about 3,000 miles, long, it's about 1,000 miles longer than the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is about as long as the diameter of our moon. Yeah, these things are ludicrous. I really don't think Bungie considered sense of scale when they started making these things. I think they're just like, yes, it'll be this really cool badass ship, okay? So now we have this 3,000 mile long ship in our atmosphere breaking to pieces. And for reference, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs was a measly 6 miles long. So that's a lot of debris hitting Earth. There's no getting around it. Unless there is. In my mind, there's really only two ways that you handle this problem. A, you don't make it a problem. Even if we start with the mildly improbable premise that absolutely, positively no one thought to board the Almighty in the last 3 months before its arrival and, blow it up or divert its course, which is actually what NASA would do if we ever had an asteroid coming towards Earth, because you can't blow it up, we just don't have the weapons for that. Or the slightly more silly idea that the Cabal could line up the shot, blow the engines of the Almighty, and let it free fall through space towards Earth without ever having to make an adjustment because, even though there's no doubt that the Almighty could travel indefinitely through space once pushed, hitting a target that is spinning around a sun while the Sol system itself is being hurled along the metaphorical oceans of the Milky Way, which itself is being hurled along through the void of space, isn't quite the same as aiming and shooting a shot. It's like shooting a target while spinning, while other things are spinning, while other things are also spinning, without the ability to adjust for any variables like gravity wells or celestial bodies. But suspension of disbelief, that's what it's there for when things are improbable, but not necessarily impossible. So we're starting with the premise that everything played out just as it did up until the moment that we're sitting on the tower with bated breath waiting for Rasputin to be the big damn hero of the DLC, or something like that. Now, the first way that Bungie could have fixed this narrative issue is the simplest way. Just have Rasputin's destruction of the Almighty be so total that there's nothing left, it's all atomized. It's quick, it's elegant, it doesn't create a plot hole, and it shows off the unbridled power of Rasputin. Sure, you don't have that moment where you're like, oh, holy shit, pieces of the Almighty are still raining down on Earth, whatever will we do? That ultimately ends in nothing happening, but at least you don't have a plot hole. But say you're Bungie, and you really want that, oh god damn it, what are we gonna do? There's things falling off the Almighty and it's careening towards Earth and we're all gonna die anyways! What if you really, really want that moment for players? I'm not sure if people remember, but the Traveler is awake. So, I don't know, just have the Traveler defend Earth. Send out a pulse of light like it did at the end of Destiny 2's campaign that vaporizes anything that manages to get past Rasputin. That would even be more thematic, because basically we're forming the Avengers to fight the darkness at this point, and everybody needs to work together, so if you have Rasputin working with us, and then the Traveler working with us and Rasputin, all in the defense of Earth, with everybody coming together, that kinda makes sense. Or they could go the route of Final Fantasy XIV and just destroy everything.
The game, the server, the engine, burn every last one of them.
I mean, the Almighty crashing into the Earth and causing a ton of destruction is basically the same setup as Final Fantasy XIV, and if Bungie wanted to take the servers down and relaunch the game as Destiny in the fall, but better and fixed, and not Destiny 2, I'd be behind that. They could even call it Destiny, a Looter Reborn, Bungie's redemption story, but moving forward. So of course, the one big thing that people actually want me to talk about for this event is the timeline. I'm of two minds on this. So for those of you who do not know, the event took place over the course of an hour and a half. And for large swaths of time, nothing was really happening. However, Bungie had told everybody that the event was starting at reset, only to watch in real time an event that should have taken 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a half an hour at most. So here's where I'm of two minds. One, people suffered error codes throughout this entire event. Look at my buddy nathINSANE.
They left it in the microwave too, man. It's like a hot pocket just flying through the sky. Oh, are you kidding?
So having a bit of leeway so people can get in and out in case of error codes makes sense. However, clearly, it didn't help everyone. That said, and not to abuse an analogy that I've seen other content creators use, when you go to a concert or a movie, and it says it's going to start at 9 p.m., something is starting at 9 p.m. Whether it be the opening act, or the previews for movies to come, something is starting. You're not just sitting there for an hour and a half, an hour and 25 minutes, waiting for something to actually happen that takes less than 5 minutes to really conclude. So while Bungie might have lost some of the mystique for the event by telling us the timeline, I think it would be looking better for them in the case of this event because they weren't wasting people's time. More so when the Almighty just explodes and nothing happens and a season. Congratulations. So while I'm sure some of you might roll your eyes in regards to my, hey, that was an extinction level event that just collapsed on Earth, all humanity should be dead. I mean, we should be fine, we're Guardians, but hey, fucking details. I think most people will agree, while this was kind of a cool idea, there was still some rather poor execution. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did, subscribe and hit that bell notification, because as we all know, the overlords at YouTube won't give you your subscribed videos unless you hit, it's really stupid. Donate to my Patreon if you are feeling particularly generous. But above all else, stay frosty.